Today we're going to start a new segment. I'm actually going to do a brand review. The reason why I'm doing this is because I really want to go through a brand and audit either the product, the website, the marketing. This is going to provide critical feedback for either the brand founder or people in a similar industry. I'm going to try to provide as much constructive feedback as possible because that's how we're all going to learn. First, we're going to talk a little bit about the brand. Then we're going to review the product. Then we're going to review the website. Just a disclaimer, I have not been paid to make this video. I even paid for the product myself, so you know all of my advice is completely unbiased. All my review videos are going to be exactly like that. I just want to make it an educational, non-biased piece. Let's get into it. So today's brand that we're going to review is called Essentials. It's a premium clothing brand. So this is the website. I thought this would be a really cool brand to review for the reason that it's grown. It's grown through an organic channel called Teaching Men's Fashion. He's absolutely enormous on YouTube, obviously very aligned with the product category. So he's obviously teaching men's fashion and he's selling clothing. So if I was gonna launch a competing brand, this is kind of like my research process that I would look into before launching it myself. So you can see that he's just been so consistent. He's had just incredible amounts of views. He works so hard at creating content, which is really impressive. He's plugging a lot of products, obviously, as being an influencer, which would, dilute the amount of traffic that would be pushed to Essentials. What we can actually do is we can use a tool called SimilarWeb to see the amount of traffic that is coming through the site. So come into here and just paste the URL. That is a lot of traffic coming through the site. You can scroll down and you can see where the traffic is coming from, all the way down to socials, which not surprisingly is 96% YouTube. So that's mostly organic traffic, unless they're running paid ads through YouTube, which I doubt it. What that means is there's huge profits involved from that. So just for example's sake, so we've got 460,000 visits in August. We've got 460,000, let's say a 5% conversion rate on their website, which is probably low if their website was optimized, considering their quality of traffic that's coming through, it will be very high compared to something like Facebook. So we've got a 5% conversion rate, and let's say the average order value is $115, a jumper and maybe some trackies. I haven't checked the prices yet, but that's $2.6 million USD a month. So they are doing some solid numbers, which is great. Like they can optimize things in small ways and make a lot more money, which is really cool. You can look at their traffic split as well, 38% US, that's great. One problem with the organic social method of growth is you are going to get, a lot of other countries that maybe don't purchase from your brand. That's what you can see. There's just, only 38% with the US, and then the rest seem to be split under 5%, which is really interesting. Let's jump into the product and maybe understand the product a little bit better. So this is one of their products. It's a men's heavyweight t-shirt, vintage black. So it's coming in, not a bio mailer or anything like that. That could be like a cool little addition. That's also gonna add costs. It's just got a simple logo, pretty basic unboxing experience. They've got their barcode there, which is essential for the 3PLs. I'm just gonna pull this out. So it's an incredibly thick fabric. There's probably nowhere that it's actually said the actual fabric composition, which is really important nowadays. With launching a clothing brand, it's really important to actually disclose the fabric. Look, the product itself is, the unboxing experience maybe could be a little bit better. I like this subtle detail of the logo there. I don't think that the product needs to be more complicated, but yeah, I would like to understand the fabric a little bit more because it is a little bit tough. Whereas, maybe you want something a little bit more soft, like a more bamboo kind of fabric. I think that the toughness of the fabric will provide like a really good shape, like a really nice block around the body and kind of contour nicely. So pretty basic product, but let's go into the website and see what we can understand a little bit more about it. So this is their site. I think it is a really minimal looking brand, which I actually really like. I think that overall the branding of this site is on point. I think that, you know, the clean product imagery we have here is just pivotal and is really fresh. I think from a CRO perspective, you know, these tiles as well to provide guidance about, you know, where they should click next is also good. Let's go through it from a CRO perspective. From first glance, you know, I do believe that we could increase the conversion rate of this site by 50 to 100%. So they're doubling their revenue almost. So I think that the top bar here, due to COVID-19, fulfillment and shipment might take longer than usual. Look, that's a very scary, welcoming part to the website. I think that people, you know, COVID has been around for what, 18 months now. I think people understand there are shipping problems going on. I don't think it's specific enough in terms of information, and that information can also be put somewhere else on the website. Yeah, I would probably have a welcome offer there. There's no value proposition when you first get welcome to the website, which needs to be above the fold. You need to clearly explain what the brand is and why the customer should care. What is in it for them? That could be anything from like minimal clothing worn by this person or something like that. You know, try to build some kind of emotional connection around the product and explain what the brand is about. So down here in the bottom of the footer, there's a very small section saying, after being frustrated with being unable to find highly fitted quality essentials at a fair price, we decided to take matters into our own hand. So that's the value proposition. That is like the main reason why you would shop with this store. That needs to be higher. That should be above the fold because it really connects with the audience. Got men's and women's here, which is great. I would put a shop men's and shop women's button above the fold as well. That will really guide traffic as well. People can click through that. I think there's an opportunity to have like a bit of a heading. Oh, see, they do actually have a heading here. It's just in white. So they've got new arrivals here. I would definitely be making that black. I'm making that like best sellers. That'll really guide people. So when I first came onto the website, it'll actually load this and play the music, which is quite a confronting experience sometimes. So I like the video though. It's a testament to their branding. Their branding is just really strong and really cool. Like this is a great production. I think just the way that they're portraying this information needs to be a little bit more digestible and not in your face auto playing and so large. When we click through, we can come to the product page. Now the product page is such a critical thing for conversion rate, okay? When you're optimizing things, when you're just doing CRO, start with testing the product page, in my opinion. So immediately we've got, you know, the model sizing, which is really important. I really like that model sizing. It always helps increase with, you know, the trust side of things. They've also got this size chart, which is really cool. It's a new app, Prime AI, apparently. A few things I don't like is this ghost add to cart, where it should be a contrasting color. That's going to increase conversion rate considerably. So you don't want it to kind of hide there. Main thing that is going to increase conversion rate dramatically is this delivery and being clearer what is the shipping time, because they've got, you know, a terrifying, you know, COVID, your order is going to be delayed, but then they don't actually explain where the delay, what the delay actually is going to be. And they're not alone in that. It's just a common mistake I see on e-commerce stores. People just don't put clear enough shipping instructions. I'd probably put it actually in this copy section so people could see it. I think again, the product imagery and like the product itself is pretty fresh. I really do love it. From an optimization point of view, it could be better. Reviews, needs to be more reviews. Let's get some more on there. I would probably use an app more like Okendo or something that's got photo reviews. I think that's really important with clothing brands now. Okendo has a lot of options to like add, you know, did this fit true to size and stuff like that. So that's going to increase your conversion rate as well. They've got bundle selectors down here. Whether that works or not, I've never tested an app like this, but it's great that they're pushing bundles. It's a common mistake that clothing brands don't do as well. So they're on the right track there. I would definitely have an offer down here in the newsletter and also a pop-up. I haven't had a pop-up yet Not sure if I just missed it, but you know, I would probably have like a 10% newsletter offer or something like that. They're probably not wanting to discount their brand. It's a common thing that I see amongst clothing brands. It's like, do we want to discount our pricing? Pays dividends to have a offer to start building that newsletter. It's basically building a community. People aren't going to discount. If you're not going to use a $10 off code, have a value add, something else like a free gift or something like that, just because you do really want to get emails coming through and getting it through the welcome series. You know, you can have 20%, 30% extra revenue by getting proper email marketing going. I know about 30% of our email is, 30% of our revenue is through email. So, okay, so we're on the collection page. Again, the imagery is just popping, which is cool. But a good feature of the collection page that we've just recently split test, so is adding some filters. So sizing for repeat purchase, customer rates, you know, them coming back, making sure that you can filter there. We also maybe want some color filters as well. So that's something that they could add to increase the conversion rate. I think that they really could, increase conversion rate by 50 to 100% and increase, just with email and CRO, I think it's going to be an absolute beast of a website. When you initially create what's called a block, how, you know, clothing brands don't reinvent their blocks every time they release a new pattern. They create, you know, a set, you know, shape of like a t-shirt, a button-up shirt, a hoodie, and some trackies, and then they simply apply new designs to that block. That allows them to not have to worry about fit every single time they want to make a new release, and that kind of regenerates like the revenue and the hype around the brand. I like their blocks. Their blocks are really cool. They can start adding some stuff to them, staying in tune with their minimal branding, but I think it's they're on the right track there based on this imagery. Imagery can be different to the actual product. I'd have to try this product on to make sure that it matches the fit that I can quite clearly see through this imagery. So. If you are looking at building a clothing brand, getting a proper fashion assistant or fashion designer, a garment technician, all of those people, just kind of consult. Don't rely on your Chinese factory to build all of these blocks. You need someone that can actually do the measurements, do the fittings to get a really high quality drop. That being said, you know, if you are just starting out, you can probably do it yourself and just get something close enough and then hire those people. Alrighty, so let's jump back into the marketing. Pretty nice branded feed, pretty in line with what they're doing. Some of these product shoots are sick, I love it. They're obviously investing in that side of the business. There could be a little bit more uniformity throughout this feed. So I think like we probably want to focus a little bit more on, and this is just me, you know, I like to focus a little bit more on the rational benefits of products as well, not just the branding side of things. And that comes into, you know, talking about the product materials and the rational benefits of the brand as a whole. So I like to put that, you know, I'm looking at a couple of these influencers' photos, and I like to actually, you know, encourage my influencers to communicate that rational benefit as well. Now, you don't want to force influencers to do that because, you know, you do need to uphold your brand, but I do think that, you know, people like talking about products and stuff that they wear, so I don't think it would be too detrimental to the strategy, but they seem to have a fair bit going on. So they've got an influencer using a discount code here for 10% off. It's great to see that they are doing a little bit of direct response marketing with discount codes. If they do have that 10% offer, that should be in the header bar or using to capture new leads. Cool, so not going super hard on influencers, but they are doing a little bit of influencer work, which is good that they're driving that traffic. Once they fix those issues on their website and just make it a little bit more user friendly, they'll be able to triple their influencer send outs, the conversions will increase, and they'll be really strong. I would definitely, from a marketing perspective, I'm going to touch on their email in a second, but definitely have some Facebook retargeting set up. So, whether their cold traffic is profitable, so acquiring new customers that have never heard of, Teaching Men's Fashion, I'm not sure, but I can promise that retargeting, both his subscribers, people that have been to the website through Facebook would be profitable for them. Going to review the emails that have been sent to us from purchasing. So this is the order confirmation page. You can actually come up to here and see the order number to kind of understand how many orders they're actually getting. That's a bit of good competitive research. Confirms our previous suspicions. These guys are doing a great job, with their sales. They've got a pretty basic confirmation email. Now, this is your highest opened email for customers. Customers are your most important people in the world. So it's really important that this has enough information and you spend a bit of time to customize it. You can even add some upsells, show a similar collection to what they previously purchased. They're using Shopify based on this email template, I believe. And I think that they need to, they can get a basic email person like a HTML developer and designer to kind of come in here, add some features and whatnot, because that confirmation email can't actually be edited in Klaviyo at this point in time. Customers have a sense of anxiety after they've purchased the product. It's either endorphins or a sense of anxiety. You can really push them towards the endorphin side of things if you just really calm that anxiety and you talk about the shipping time, what's going to happen next, what happens if they have a question, all of those kind of things, just to make them really confident that they've just made that purchase. That's also going to stop people cancelling their purchase as well. They've got an affiliate program, which is really cool. They're starting to do some affiliate marketing. That's great. I like that. Then we've also got the shipping email. Again, it's got a tracking number. That's important. We don't have any images of the product again. That still could be my email. There's still really no kind of information about the product. This is valuable marketing side of things. I've signed up to their email flow on their website, which is found in their footer, and I haven't got any emails coming through. So I would hope that they have like an abandoned cart email set up, a browse abandoned, a welcome series. It's going to absolutely transform their business. Final thing that I really think is important, and this is something that's made our brand so successful, is reviews. Basically, we want to find a review platform where there's no manipulation of the reviews. So what that generally looks like is Trustpilot and whatnot. So I can just come in and write Essentials Reviews, and we can come up to here. Okay, so there's a few negative reviews going on here. Now, that looks bad from the outset, but the truth is a lot of people's brands would look like this if they didn't send traffic of customers through their email flows to this review platform. What do I mean by that? There's really disgruntled customers will find a way to negatively review your product. However, if you have an email flow that's pushing people to leave you a positive review and just reminding them, generally the good will outweigh the bad. That's unless you have some seriously bad problems going on. So you can see that there's just, there's only 35 reviews in total. Considering the volume of sales that they are doing, it can tell that they're just not actively pushing reviews to this platform. If they switch that on and they set up a Klaviyo flow to customers that 14 days after fulfillment, so that's the trigger, gets an email saying, hey, this is Teaching Men's Fashion. Thank you for the support. Please leave me a 5-star review here. And that this ratio would start to look way, way better. That would then allow him to put this Trustpilot widget onto their website, and it would increase conversion rate significantly. People would have more trust. So I think that the lack of social proof could be really negatively impacting this business when it might not be that bad a problem. They could be, looking at these negative reviews as well, maybe improving their improving their product as well from it. You know, maybe it talks a little bit more about the material. It's not the softest material. Maybe that's what the customers actually are wanting. But you know, if that's not what they want to communicate in their brand, it just needs to be said on the product page and communicated in their digital marketing. So these are just the kind of things that will really shape the consumer's expectations and ensure that they get more happy customers. And what does this mean? More repeat customers, you can start doing digital advertising, and you can just grow a generally bigger business. So to summarize, they are doing some great things, but there are some things that they can improve. The truth is, every e-commerce business can improve. I think anyone could even review our websites and provide me some amazing feedback. The world of e-commerce and business is just constantly adapting. What consumers want, e-commerce best practices, they're always changing. So it's always great to get feedback, and I hope that Essentials take this on board and continue to innovate and make their customers happy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the new format. Thanks so much.